Hey, little Rico, we have some big news to share with everyone at home, don't we? I am thrilled to announce a victory for animals tonight. Warn you, this is graphic, but it's important for all of us to bear witness so we can change things. Prosecutors have now charged 4 people with 11 counts of intentionally mistreating animals. Mercy for Animals exposed the horrific abuse happening allegedly at a Wisconsin farm that supplied dairy products that were used in DiGiorno pizza. In one of their undercover investigations, we brought you this story here first. Horrifying abuse on one dairy farm exposed. Punched and kicked and stabbed and allegedly dragged, and it was all caught on tape.
Things need to change. We need stronger laws, and corporations need to take accountability.
You can see the horrific abuse of cows at this facility. Claims of beating, kicking, punching cows, hanging innocent, helpless animals upside down on farm equipment, and allegedly leaving them there for extended periods. We've reached out to the 4 farm workers charged, but we haven't heard back. You can see some of the unimaginable alleged abuse outlined in the criminal charges. Look at that. Look at that. Okay? If convicted, these workers face up to 2 to 3 years behind bars and hefty fines. Bravo. Finally, someone held accountable for these deplorable, sadistic activities. DiGiorno Pizza has since cut ties with the supplier following the release of this footage. And Nestle, the company that owns DiGiorno, says they've added strenuous audits in the wake of this horrific video being released to the world. Yes, we're seeing what happens behind those doors. Straight out to Nathan Runkle, Executive Director for Mercy for Animals. Nathan, I'm holding the criminal complaint in my hand. Are these charges a sign of progress?
Absolutely, and we praise law enforcement for taking swift and decisive action in bringing these animal abusers to justice. But this case just once again illustrates that we need stronger laws to protect these animals from abuse. Currently, there's no federal protection for animals during their lives on factory farms, which is why this type of cruelty runs rampant in factory farms nationwide. These charges should be a wake-up call that we as a country need to do more to protect farmed animals from cruelty.
I mean, this is outrageous. Look at this. Now, the undercover footage you're seeing was taken at Weesey Brothers Farm in Wisconsin. After the video was released, the farm had this to say: "We are shocked and saddened to see a few of our employees not following our farm's policies for proper animal care." But Nathan, critics wonder, how could anyone miss a cow being dragged and hoisted up with heavy farm equipment and dangling upside down in broad daylight?
Absolutely. There was a culture of cruelty that was allowed to flourish at this factory farm. Management was well aware of the abuse taking place. So the question really is, why is this abuse allowed to continue unchecked? Really, the only meaningful watchdogs in this facility was our Mercy for Animals undercover investigator, who immediately went to law enforcement and has now had these animal abusers criminally charged with animal cruelty. The dairy industry must do more to protect these innocent animals.
Absolutely. And anybody from this farm wants to come on, we'd be happy to interview them. We have a lot of questions to ask them. You know, this is a consumer issue. If you Americans don't like what you're seeing, then you can do something about it. This is the law of supply and demand. How you react to video like this will ultimately determine whether the industry, instead of passing, for example, ag-gag laws in states like Idaho, in reaction to another investigation in that state, change these procedures. Critics say what's needed is an absolute overhaul of the entire factory farm system, where 9 billion farm animals are raised and die every year.